వాళ్ళు కాంటాక్ట్ చేసి వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చేస్తాం అన్నమాట. Hello everybody, good evening. This is Dr. Rao. Yeah, I hope you are all doing well. And I was writing something about what my role as a chief wellness officer for my private company BAPAL, and also I want to really go for a health system where I can really implement this on a wider scale. And also with my informatics background, I want to collect data so that I can present to other health institutions where they can check them out and then they can implement them on a wider scale. It's not about the title, it's not about the name and all that. It's about how can I reach more people to improve wellness. So it had been my life experience that modern medical systems are not really empowering people to be well and long and live very well, right? We all know that it is a revenue-based reactive medicine. There are people who really practice wellness-oriented, but they're far and few in between. Some of it, they won't even give us the chance, right? So that's why I thought, as a physician, as working in so many leadership positions, and also advocating for the integrative wellness, well-being, So what I think is the true wellness really extends beyond treating illnesses. It is about creating a culture where individuals thrive from the inside out. See, if you look at the current landscape of the healthcare and also corporate culture, often it emphasizes productivity at the expense of personal well-being, right? And that's why many doctors are burning out, nurses are burning out, other people are also burning out, stressed out, and all that. So, as a chief wellness officer, I aim to shift this paradigm by embedding proactive wellness into the fabric of organizational life. So, actually, this vision has come to me for a long time ago, and I've been implementing that with it's a lifelong passion for holistic wealth, holistic health rather, and spiritual well-being and leadership that inspires change, right? So it's more like a really feeling compassionate about people suffering and then people spending a lot of money but still not getting the outcomes that we want, right? So, but there were inspirations for me for teachers who are not really identifying with any particular religion, but about the human problems, right? So, see, the path to genuine well-being, it starts with understanding and nurturing our inner self. That's what I believe in. It's not about just managing stress or increasing output. It's about fostering an environment where individuals can explore their potential, connect with their inner peace, and contribute meaningfully to their work and communities. Uh, if you take any individual human being, if you ask him, he will tell you all that. Okay. So, what do I intend to do in the role of chief wellness officer? Is number one, you all know, um, integrate mindfulness and awareness practices. Right. That is what I talk about. I may do as the chief wellness officer in the corporation or the hospital, some workshops, programs, that kind of incorporate this consciously thinking and being aware all the time. So a lot of things are there. And also, number two, promote holistic health and balance. You all know that I promote not only physical health, mental, emotional, and spiritual health, right? There are a lot of things you could do. And also, I want to offer several wellness initiatives. See, so that wellness programs can be to the need of the person. It should be restorative and like yoga, guided meditation, relaxation, or more overall balanced and inclusive approach to workplace health. See, people are not paying attention to that. Number three, create spaces for reflection and contemplation. People are not encouraged. People are given a meditation room, and the things are really tough. They can go and sit down silently and then reflect on the things that are going on and come with conclusions of decisions born out of reflection and meditation. And also, I want to really help a servant leadership, which I coach anyway, that fostering leadership with compassion and presence. That is the servant leadership where the needs of the employees are more important than the individual needs of the leader. You know, that's my real passion too. And then we can connect this wellness with purpose and fulfillment. So, this is purposeful living by aligning with the missions of the company or corporation. You can encourage that. And also, we are going to do some values based workshops and storytelling and all that. Okay. So, okay, Susan coming up. So it's as a chief wellness officer, it's more about not only about wellness programs, but about cultivating an environment where individuals are encouraged to their fullest, healthiest, and most authentic selves. Hi, Susan. How are you?
Hi, good evening, Dr. Rao. How are you?
I am good, Susan. Thanks for coming up. Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I just wanted to comment on what you said about doctors burning out.
Yeah.
I live in Sedona,
Ah.
Arizona. Well, I think you know that.
Yeah.
It's a small town, and we have what's called Arizona Healthcare.
Yeah.
I have had 5 different primary care physicians this year
Wow.
because they just keep quitting.
Quitting.
They have too much put on them.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to talk to their patients for more than 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
They're timed.
Yes.
I mean, it's just sad. It's so, so sad.
That's so true. That's why I'm so motivated about helping these burnout physicians not only get them out of the burnout thing, but I want them to develop more love and adjustments in their attitude and everything. Even when they go, the company leaders or insurance companies, they kind of put so much pressure and people are really quitting. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for what you're doing. It's a much needed service.
Yeah.
Your CWO.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you. And I had a wonderful day today. I'm a happy girl.
Yeah.
I started taking Korean lessons.
Wow.
Yeah. My son's in-laws from Korea are coming for Thanksgiving.
Ah, very good.
So, yeah, I decided I would learn a few phrases before they got here.
Yeah. Do you know I am running a membership for people like you who are elderly but they want to be active and want to learn new things? I just want to do a service like involve them being more nurturing their wisdom. So I call that nurturing elderly wise people, NEW.
All right. I love
Yeah, because I got this inspiration from the university towns. When people around the universities are living there, they have this monthly membership, right? And so
Right.
they can go and learn new language, new music. Like I have several things I teach people routinely. Like people can improve their memory or cognition, and
I
also
need that.
yeah, people can improve sleep and relaxation, thereby they live longer, improve their nutrition according to their energies and all that. And also people can learn to meditate or calm their mind and all that, and also breathing and yoga, all those things I do anyway. So I thought whoever has, they can have extensive library of books that are good for them, and they can borrow them and read them online, and also they can listen to a lot of music collection of mine too. So whatever
I
things,
love that.
yeah. So I have that membership. If you want to look at it, I will send you the information. If not you,
Please.
yeah, your friends also. Once they join, and they also have a live sessions with me, and they can talk to me like that. So
I would love that.
yeah,
Thank you, Dr. Rao.
yeah, it is there because I was a geriatrician in the beginning of my career, Susan. So I know the problems of aging. Whereas I am 70, but I still act like I'm 35-year-old.
75 and I act like I'm 12.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You know what I'm talking about. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking.
do.
Yeah. So, but still, you have to learn new things all the time. Then only you will form new brain, and that way you can be young. You know. Uh,
I keep trying, Dr.
yeah.
Rao.
Yeah.
Every female in my
Mhm.
family has
Yeah.
passed with Alzheimer's.
Oh, yeah.
So I went to Banner
Mm.
Health, and they were doing a study
Mm.
on the genes for Alzheimer's.
Ah, yeah.
And I took that test,
Mm.
and I tested positive. I have the gene,
Mm.
one of them,
Yeah.
E3, E4,
Mm.
and it took me down for a while.
Come back, Susan. You're right, and I'm out. Please come back. This is a very important topic you're talking about. I have something to say about that too. So. Yeah, continue.
I let that diagnosis dictate my life for a while. It was OCD at the time. I just decided if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and I'll wait for it, and I stopped doing anything, and I just went into this depression because I stayed with my mother until she passed.
Yeah.
It was just it was horrible. So anyway, that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm doing all these new things.
Yeah, very good.
I finally found myself.
I completely agree with you. I completely encourage you for that. Okay, I will give couple of tips also, because it's a new neuronal connection happens. It says neuron is there, right? It has got this long body, and then head and the body, and then there are fibers at the end called dendrites. Okay.
Yep.
Whenever you are exposed to something new to your mind, there are new dendrites form and they connect with the other one. That is when really your new brain formation happens. So suppose you are exposed to something new, music that you like, or some new language like you are learning Korean. That is the mechanism when you expose yourself to Korean, which is completely new to you. And it may appear a little hard in the beginning, but once you get to the groove, you will create your own mind, brain.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is the neuroplasticity we have. That means we can mellow the mind, the cortex in the brain, and then we can be creating new areas of learning, new areas of lighting up. And that keeps you young, not Alzheimer's disease and all that. Okay, you have progressive deterioration or degeneration of the, some of the brain, but you can create your own brain too. It doesn't happen just like that, but you have to take something new that is completely new to you.
I'm working on it. I started meditating.
No, you are a great example, Susan. You are a great example for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I ordered my yoga mat. I start yoga tomorrow.
Yeah.
So off I go.
Start with, are you starting with me in the morning routine?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, come. I do it every day, right? On the weekdays, 8 o'clock Central Time. And I'm going to show you one routine just for you. It's called, I do it with other time also. It's called head to toe yoga in 5-10 minutes. Okay. You can do that 3 times a day if you want to. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I won't have my mat probably.
No, you don't need a mat. You don't need just a little bit space. That's all. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll be there. I said 6 o'clock my time. Yeah, 6 o'clock. But then half an hour, 45 minutes I do. I combine so many things, but I will start with this head to toe, which you will do that after the, initial I'll
things.
Be glad to do it.
Yeah, because if you understand the head to toe, how you can be limbering up in the morning, that leads to more of them. You see, I have also a wellness club, but it's too early for you. It's okay, 6 o'clock in the morning for me, 4 o'clock for you, probably. So, yeah. But then I do in the evening. If you want to look at it, you can look at it in the evening. That is there. But those people they come with specific problems. Like, for example, you have gene for the Alzheimer's, right? But see, you can have the genetics, but then there are epigenetics, right? They don't have to reflect unless your environmental impact is too much. So I will give you a couple of exercises you can do every day, Susan. You go to a grocery shop, right? Or supermarket. What you do is you go to one section and look at all the products that are there. Okay, just look at it. Register them. Don't write it down. Just register in your mind and turn or go to other section or come out of the store, whatever it is convenient for you. Then sit down and recollect how many things you can recollect.
Okay.
And there's a cognitive testing and also improving your memory and also creating your new brain I talked about.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's one. Other thing is these puzzles that you have, take those puzzles and do them regularly.
I do puzzle. I do 6.
Come back, Susan. Come back.
I do 6 puzzles religiously every morning.
What kind of puzzles you do though?
I do Wordle. I do LA Times crossword. I did it today. Sunday, LA Times crossword in 40 minutes.
Do you do Sudoku?
Yeah. I was a math major in college. It's boring to me.
Boring. Okay, that's fine. But some people who don't have math, they can do that too.
Right.
The other thing I would tell you is take a book, any book, right? The book you like, for example. What you do is read one paragraph, okay? And then close your eyes and recollect how much you can recollect. Don't look at it again. Don't look at this. I think exercise to your mind. So, and also you can do this way. What does the author say? What is that I have to take home for this? What are the insights that are exciting me? Then your depth of your reading also improves. Not with that, you create new brain.
Okay.
Yeah, two.
I'm listening.
Yeah, 2 exercises. One in the grocery shop, one with your book.
And the book. And I read every day.
Yeah, that's good. But then stop. Each paragraph, stop and close your eyes and see what is that I learned. What is that I'm gathering. That kind of.
Okay, doke.
Yeah. Very good, Susan. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Dr. Ra. See you in the morning.
Okay. 8 o'clock my time is 6 o'clock your time. Yeah. I'll see you there.
Absolutely. I'm up.
Yeah. Very
Okay,
good.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, she is wonderful. You see, that's an inspiration to other people who are at that age and willingly participating in life. It's not about escaping from life. It's about engaging much more deeply. That's what we should be encouraging people. Okay, I'm very happy that I was able to converse with Susan with all her, you know, so many uh, things that she is doing. I'm really pickled to, really pleased that she is doing all that, and I'm happy to participate with her and then contribute. And I'm going to invite her to my NEW, Nurturing Elderly Wise People, so that she can play with the things that I have to offer. I offer not only just yoga, but how can you enhance yourself as a human being at any age, right? That means you may have a bodily ailment, or you may have maybe forgetting things or some weakness in the mind, or you may be emotionally vulnerable. So many ways we could be finding areas that we could enhance as human beings. Okay, it all depends upon how deep you want to go, how much fun you want to have as you transforming yourself. We should not rub these things on people. We should present to them and let them take it. That's what I was doing with this NEW, where they can read some new stuff, and some stuff may be too deep for them, not entertaining, but some stuff is entertaining, or storytelling also, they like them. Some of the stories I tell is about the philosophical songs that made a lot of sense to me, and a lot of helped me to clarify some things, and that taking those and making them listen and explaining the meaning, I really delight myself in that. That is something. And also the music, some of the music has got a lot of potential of making people improve their own, not only the enjoyment that is there, but also really experience the silence, stillness once you get into that. It could be jazz, it could be classical, either Western or Indian, those kind of music I present. But the songs with the lyrics have the philosophical meaning. They are a big hit with a lot of people because it makes sense to them why I'm listening to it and what is that development I had from those songs. And also they can learn new ways of breathing, they can learn new ways of exercising with yoga, and also they can learn how to go inward and find that inward joy. So I kind of engage people who are retired but really out of job, and also uh, really family may not be around and they are alone, and they kind of feel kind of left out. But once they get into, like Susan is getting into Korean and lots of things that she is doing, that's wonderful. So we should be really helping people like that. So I see a lot of elderly people are left alone on the nursing home. Not all, but a lot of them. So they feel like there is no purpose, there is no real meaning in their life. Those kind of things I want to meaningful and also purposeful. Hi, Mel. I'm pretty good. How are you doing? Okay. You have a nice photograph there now, Mel, this time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that was good too. That was good too, but this is kind of nice. Yeah. No. I'm a chief wellness officer for my company, but now I'm aspiring to be a chief wellness for a major health system. I have not signed up anything, but I have some things go by. As it is, I'm chief wellness officer for my company. We do a lot of services here, but I don't want to confine myself to few people. I want to reach a system where I can put these things into place and also generate data and present to other people so that they can also test them and then implement the system wide. It's going to encounter a lot of resistance because if I do everything wellness, they may not have many people coming into hospital getting the uh, so that is there, right? But then if the people are really responding very well, it's a good thing for me to serve them like that. I am very happy with that. But I just want to spread my wings a little bit and then also present this to progressive thinking people. There are a lot of CEOs, a lot of information officers that are pretty advanced in their thinking. And also there are chief wellness officers coming up all over the country, right? Yeah, yeah, because you want to reduce the cost, but at the same time improve the quality of life, right? Yeah, that's what I want to do, and also it gives me a lot of fulfillment, even with the few people I'm doing, right? So yeah, but if we can enhance them in a way, like for example, somebody is working and everybody else is depending on them. Suddenly they get sick and they go to the hospital for a week. The whole family suffers. And also, if somebody elderly person is there, they go to ICU and they fight for a work or 2 weeks and they can't survive. And then the whole family gets bankrupt from that expense. So many of the bankruptcies is because of the one illness, maybe. Yeah, that's why I want to promote wellness where we are contributing, we can become much better in that, but we're also taking care of ourselves. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm kind of want to spread this message around my network so that if anybody has, opportunities or they know they, I just want encouragement from my community. That's all, and then yeah, I mean this is very much needed because take me for example. Okay, I am advanced in age, but I don't feel it. I have a lot of enthusiasm. I get into new things all the time, right? Uh, yeah, 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 yeah. That's the kind I like the most. Whoever take the insight and then apply it, I like them very much. Yeah. 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 That's why I think they're all doing that. That's why I also come on their rooms and contribute, little bit, whatever I can. Yeah, sure. I mean, this is going to be my lifelong, the rest of the life. That's why I'm kind of passionate. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, it keeps me young. It keeps me occupied. Yeah. Thank you, Mel. You're a charm. Every time you come up, and it's wonderful to talk to you. I like you better because you kind of implement some of the insights we're presenting here, right? So that's a great thing. Yeah, because people get caught in their work, people get caught in their occupation with family, children, so many things, right? So they may not be paying attention to these wellness measures we're talking about. Everybody wants to be healthy, but then they go and eat the processed food. Everybody wants to be healthy, but then they become more and more sedentary because these computers and this presentation, they make you sit down and walk a lot, right? And also, nobody cares about the being, everything doing, right? The culture generally. And, but some people are independent and they take care of themselves better now. But there are few, far and few between. And there are also all these addictions. Why you are educated, why you are really knowledgeable and wise and all that, why do you succumb to those? That's a big area that we need to help people, not to judge them, not to make them feel bad, but what is the fundamental reason there's so much of addiction in our society? How can we really rekindle that potential that is lost with addiction of any kind? The biggest addiction is with this thoughts, all the time thinking. That's the biggest addiction. Nobody pays attention to that. But once you pay attention to that, you will be much better off, right? You will not be thinking all the time, but rather you will be enjoying your surroundings, your circumstances, your relationships, and all that. So that's really important too, right? So there are so many areas that we would like to see patients not only physically strong, flexible, and energetic, but also they have a alert and aware and really mind here. They are using it here and now, not be lost in the past or recollect them and really emotionally suffer again. Those things are they have to attend to them too. And also, some people really anticipate dangers or problems in the future, and they become very anxious too. Those are all kind of civilization produced things, and we can easily maybe aware of the kids too, and adults be really aware of these problems and teach them how to really use the thought, but not the victim of the thought, right? So, so many areas I think we can improve people, not only physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, without being, over reaching them. But you can invite them to make use of their mind better, right? And that way they can live better too. So, as Chief Wellness Officer, I am going to go all out for the wellness and all the works I created and everything will be presented, and then we'll see what is the effect, and then we need to improvise them. That's fine. But then if we do it in a academic center, then I can also use my informatics skills where I can generate data and present the good data, and then share the data with others around the field, medical field, around the world, and then see where everything. Because everybody is struggling with this burnout, stress, and anxiety, depression, and lot of chronic diseases. You see, I always brag that I don't have a chronic disease. I'm kind of living well. That means I'm doing things that I can do to prevent problems. You can have gene, like I was talking to Susan about it. You can have a gene, but not necessarily manifest that, because you can change the lifestyles. And now we know not the sex chromosomes or other DNA, not that epigenetics. These are responsible for the chronic diseases. They are amenable for lifestyle change. I call them TLC, therapeutic lifestyle changes. That means I will a prescription, I will give the patient as well, this is your TLC. It's not tender loving care, it's a therapeutic lifestyle changes. That means I will tell you, you got to walk before in the morning and also after you eat dinner or something like that, right? They'll be walking them, because I do ask them whether they have been doing that ever since. And also sometimes I want them to log it in. Then it will come into our EMR, right? And so all those devices that we use, all those data collection we use, we kind of run the reports very. That's one of my favorite parts, is to look at the reports of the computer. How many patients diabetic were seen? how many were advised what, and then how many are taking a lot of insulin, how many are not taking insulin. All those data I can look at it, and then the quality measure comes in. What is the end organ damage of these patients? We could try to improve that, and we do improve that, right? So it's a question of collecting the data and present to the larger population, and we can also do what's called meta-analysis. That means in 1 year, like 1 million people are seen. Of the 1 million people, maybe 200,000 are diabetics, and of the 200, maybe 150,000 are having complications. Which complication is highest, and what is happening? From there, we can derive insights to give newer treatment. That's what we do, meta-analysis, right? A lot of institutions do that. The data collection and then analysis, that's all easy for me that way, because of the decay. So putting medicine, putting ancient wisdom, putting informatics all together, I think I can contribute at least meaningfully to this long-term diseases and cutting down the outcomes, really improving. What I mean is, outcomes are decreasing, really good outcomes. So every outcome is resulting in organ damage, and people are succumbing to the disease, or they're losing the pep of the life, right? So instead of that, we will improve the outcomes of the disease management, and that way people don't have to suffer the complications of the diseases. Okay. For example, you take care of your blood pressure, you will have cardiac events of heart attack, stroke, all those things will be much less. And even people don't even know that they are running hypertension unless they have developed this one of these cardiac events. So they're involved in making money and working and all that. Still happening. It's not all this education awareness also still happening, and a lot of people are dying on the field also. Still, cardiac disease is the number one cause of people dying, right? And that is should not be. I call them, these are diseases of civilization. All this heart disease, COPD, diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, a lot of them getting worse mainly because we eat badly, and then we are more inertia, sedentary. We may do half an hour exercise in the morning, but the rest of the day we will be sitting down. Okay, we kind of encourage people to stand up and work these days. There are desks, right, that you push one button and they go up, and then you can stand and do all that. Okay, so why I want to be chief wellness officer, I started to tell my network what is involved with that, and why I'm going to do it. Whether you guys really with me or not, but then that's okay. But I'm just letting you know, okay, so that from which perspective I'm coming in. And why what I'm doing is very meaningful to me and purposeful to me too. So if I get 10 patients and I talk to 10 patients, and at least a couple of them listen to me, and then they try out the suggestions, and then they come back and say, "Doctor, it made a difference for me. I feel so a lot better. My day is really made." So that kind of thing. But in the ultimate analysis, what kind of physician I am at the end of it. I knew that modern medicine is not really dealing well with the chronic diseases. The outcomes are worsening, and the people's quality of life is going down. They may survive several years, but the last couple of decades, a lot of them spend in the nursing homes, and they don't have real meaningful or purposeful existence. Rather, they're just surviving there like a vegetable, and people give them medications and maybe do a little bit of walking that way, this way. But also, there's too much of dementia. Not only senile dementia, but also Alzheimer's and all. So there are so many reasons why some of them we could attend to. Like, for example, I told Susan about reading and using it as an exercise. looking at things and exercise. Those kind of mental exercise, they are called cognitive enhancing exercises. They are there. You can do by yourself, or you can do with the puzzles, or you can do online games. So many areas you can go, right, and then you can stimulate yourself. Not just passively watching entertaining TV, but something stimulating your mind. There are opportunities we can create where you really go and stimulate your brain, and thereby you can really be young. That's the idea, right? Not young, but at least you're aware, you're awake in what you're doing. So that's what happened when they studied the Supreme Court justices. They did a study on all these old justices that were there as in the Supreme Court. They had to read so much new material every day, and they're very sharp. They're sharper than the young attorneys who have come in front of the Supreme Court to argue, and they could not handle the questions of the older justices because their mind is very sharp. How that happened was because they are really exposing themselves to a lot of new material and intellectual exercises, and that you can do, but then don't be married to intellect. Go beyond it into your intuition and all that. But the muscle, the intellectual muscle, you can really develop much better by involving that kind of thing. But you don't look at everything with intellect, because inner matters are different. But then developing the neuroplasticity, like malleable. Your brain is malleable. You can convert it as you want it. But if you are not aware of it, you are not smart, if you are not really participating in new things, that would happen. Okay. So all these things are like we have a lot of work done on the genome and the genetics. A new branch is coming up on the diet and genome, right? And that's very interesting to me because it is akin to what Ayurveda talked about, the energies that we have, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and the same energies are there in the diet. Certain are more, certain are less. For example, your qualities of these energies are out of whack, then you should not be taking the same thing that is out of balance. For example, you have Vata, and then that makes you run, that makes you do things pretty faster. But if you are doing all the time, you become a neurotic, and then you get burnt out, right? So you cannot really sleep, and you cannot really control your bowels, and so many problems happen because of the running energy, right? So you want to take food that is antidote to that, not that enhances that energy. So essentially, ancient Ayurveda, what they said was, when you are born, when you are raising up, you are balanced in the energies, right? And then with our lifestyles, with our ignorance, we kind of make that balance out of balance. So you need a balance that means you are in Prakriti, nature. When you are out of balance, then you are Vikruti. So when you see you, the Ayurvedic doctor, they diagnose what kind of imbalances you have developed due to anything, eating, exercise, any of the not sleeping, all of that, right? Then to bring back balance, that is the whole treatment of it. They take simple questionnaire and determine what are the doshas, they call them. They are out of whack, and they give. The same thing is happening now with genetics. You say we're going to the root cause of it, and then we want to prescribe a diet according to your gene. It's not completely there yet. It's still information research level, but the potential is when I went into the readings of that, I was very excited about it. I'm going to do some studies on that too. But you guys be aware of it, and then don't eat only by the taste, but eat by the what is agreeable to you, what is important for you. Then you can always eat what you should be eating first, and then at the end of the meal, eat something that you will relish. That way, you don't feel like you have deprived the pleasure of eating, and then you feel miserable because you are made to eat something you don't really care for. So that's how I cheat it. I eat all fruits and vegetables and nuts and all this in the beginning, and maybe at the end of it, I will do some small rice with yogurt, which I like very much, and then I feel satisfied. Right? You can do that all the time. So, anybody else has any comments or any questions or any observations? You can come up and tell me about it. I'll be happy to answer you. So we are here 45 minutes. You can stay here another 15 minutes easily. It's only 7:38 here at our place, so I can stay till 8 o'clock, no problem. So what I'm planning is all these wellness measures that I'm doing, every day for myself, for the family, for the people that come to me for asking for some help, and also in the social media, I kind of live this wellness, proactive wellness. And if I'm not well, I have no right to tell you. But if I'm doing some things, I'm well, and that are working for my patients also, I think I should spread it. That's what my friends are also saying. So that's what I'm doing now. So I'm actually pursuing bigger health systems so that I can go and that they are compatible with my uh, things that I want to do and understand them and really appreciate them. But if they're only involved with the revenue making and also they don't really care about getting the roots of illness of patients, that's what happens. The whole systems are really uh, dictated by the revenue, dictated by a lot of data that they are doing just to please the government, that they don't have really heart in that. Okay, they're caught up. They're caught up in all these small things that they have to do. Otherwise, they get punished. A patient goes to the bathroom and then she trips and falls down on the commode. One patient was on the commode and then she pulled from there and broke her hip. And that became an incident, and then they closed the nursing home for a year. You know, when they're under those kind of threats, how can they, pay attention? So I know, I understand the system, the problems that the system has to face, but underlying all that, ultimately, it is the awareness of the patient, how well they can be, how many things they under their disposition they could do, and simple things: diet, exercise, sleep, and mind management, right? But if a lot of people need time, doctors can sit down and tell you all these things, but then they may not have the time. Like those who were saying, that 5 doctors left because they were forced to see each patient 10 minutes, and in the 10 minutes you may not be able to make the diagnosis. See, one of the important things we like as doctors, at least I like, is to sit down with my patient and have a leisurely chat so that I can understand his problems better. I can really work with him better, you know. And lots of times, even that acts as like a therapeutic. The patient feels that he was heard. The patient feels that he was assured. The patient also got a lot of information, so he doesn't have to be worrying about his condition or what is going to come up and all that. So we got to sit down and tell them how the course may go, how things will be known to him, what is the communication channels and all that. These days, we have patient portals, we have EMRs, we have a lot of libraries that you can go, and with artificial intelligence, you can go to things like Dr. Gupta's site. It's not Sanjay Gupta CNN. This Dr. Gupta site is something for the patients and AI. You can go there and ask, put all your problems, symptoms, and everything that you have, and it will come with a reasonable. There are so many conditions that can be done like that. Like you have a common cold, you have a bronchitis, you have straightforward pneumonia. or you have diabetes initially, pre-diabetes, or high blood pressure, or any number of things. The more accurate information you give, ChatGPT, other people, they will give some. But you don't want to take it for granted. You want to check with your healthcare professional, whoever is giving you primary care doctor, right? And then make sure they approve that source, they approve the validity of it. And then you will be happy that you have gone there with preparation. So I encourage this with my patients even in 90s and 2000, because when I came to Iowa in 95, I think I came here. 96, I started working in the clinic, and all the patients there, they want me to tell everything, and they will do it. But in New York, where I came from, people are very active in their life, in their disease management, and they actively asked questions and all. Even the internet was somewhat okay, but not that much. But here, I didn't see any internet, and I was telling the patients, okay, know about this, learn about this, investigate. They said, oh, you are the doctor, you tell us everything. From there, later on, people in my clinic at least converted to really taking interest in their health, in their illness, in our wellness, and what are the things they should do. So sometimes they complain, you give us too much homework. But then after began to do, they felt better, and visits to the emergency rooms and hospitalizations have gone down. So that's why our motto was, we are going to attend to the roots of illness, not just the disease process. We attend to that anyway, but we're also going to try to find out what kind of diet you're using, what kind of exercise you're doing, all those roots of illness. When we find out, then they are very happy, because they are leading not just free of disease, but the quality of life, energy, enthusiasm, and also general well-being. But you got to change your lifestyles. You got to stop smoking, you stop drinking, and also you have to really sleep well, take care of your daily things, simple things. So there are 43 people here. Only two regulars came up. So if you have any concerns or comments about what I said about wellness lacking in majority of the clinics, even the clinics also have these health nurses, they kind of health coaches, right? And they are there. And lots of times we can refer to them, and then they will do that. But I prefer physicians taking the initiative and really spending some time, even if you show them that you have this vision of patient being healthy, well, and not just free of the disease. And but the problem is the revenue, right? They kind of treat them too much, then they won't come. Then they say they lose that. But that's like for me, it's like making money on somebody else's blood or somebody else's illness. So I never compromised on that. I was in trouble because of that too, but I didn't care, because my clinic is on my own, so I accepted some of the losses. Even my billing people came and told me, you give the reappointment, but then they're feeling so good they don't have to come. So, but how I survived was the people who got better, they went and brought their relatives and other people. So that way, my patient retention or patient acquisition, the new acquisitions have gone up. So it balanced. Okay, so I was happy because I'm not compromising, but at the same time, we are getting the revenue that we needed. Lucky that I built up that big clinic, and in 2019 I sold it off because somebody wanted to buy the building and all, not the clinic or the building. So we kind of gave the building because it has become a white elephant, because the insurance process has become so tough. It's very difficult for us to make money. So I'm glad I kind of took a retirement from that clinic at that time, and then COVID hit. So how lucky I am, right? COVID hit, but then I was active with the COVID also, and then we had a small clinic in the neighboring Illinois, and now I'm online mostly. But then I'm doing much uh, wider, important work for me, like taking care of the wellness issue as a whole, not for one country, one place, no, as a whole. How we are dealing with it, how we are dealing with our health and wellness point of view. Young people, they kind of try to be athletic, they kind of try to be exercising, they kind of want to appear nice, and all those things are there. But what I wanted is from the parents to the kids to the school to the companies and everybody get this message that we could be well if we want to be. There is enough information in modern science about acute care and taking care of things as they go around. But then there's so much information in ancient wisdom, keeping your mind, keeping your body well, and also really emotionally, you can be happy and contented and then do all the stuff. So that potential of benefit of being well all the time in all the spheres is something that I'm promoting. I call that proactive wellness, right? Be proactive about your wellness in all spheres, in physical wellness, mental wellness, emotional wellness, and spiritual wellness. Not that you have to particularly go on the one particular religion, but rather go through the knowledge about what it means to be really truly spiritual and how to investigate your own self and then be there. Okay? Uh, so I'm happy that I'm kind of chose a direction which is going to help a lot of people if only they kind of want to take time to look at it and understand it. That way, they are going to be healthy and also wealthy too. But I don't want to say only wealthy because that is the main problem I think we have. We have money, but then and the time comes when you want to use that money to get better, you have to spend a lot of money because your chronic diseases are taking a lot from you physically, psychologically, monetarily, and all that. So why not raise the kids in the proper way and protect the wellness and also. So I have finally a guest coming up. Okay, Elizabeth, I know her. What happened, Elizabeth? Oh, I got to, maybe you got to get out and come back. Try again, Elizabeth. I don't know what happened. It kind of gave me, oh. Sometimes the app does it. Unless you go out and come back, it won't allow you to come back. So I love to listen from Elizabeth. She's always there. Yeah. Okay. I think it should work now. What's happening? Again, the same thing, Elizabeth. Sorry, I don't know what is happening. Sometimes it does that to me too. Then I get out completely out of the app and then come back. That works. So think about this, what I was talking about. How much time are you catering to sit down and see how well are you? What are you doing to be well in all areas? Not just the physical, but also how satisfied are with your mind, how satisfied you are with your emotions, how satisfied with your community. I don't know. This is doing the same thing, Elizabeth. I don't know why it is doing that all the time. So you put a question like that and then see, am I really exploiting all the opportunities to be well? what are the areas that I could get help, or what are the areas I can have to do. Suppose you are born disabled, or you have some genes that are really dominant. That's okay. I don't know what is happening, Elizabeth, so it is rejecting all the time. But I'd love to have you there. So, I don't know, very few people come to talk about on my talks, but I go to several people. So don't have to be shy with me. So I'm very open about things. It's not like a test or anything. It's like a concern from the physician community and me. We want to see our people are healthy and well, and also enjoy their life in terms of relationships, work, and all. See, the doctors that are really quitting that, like Susan said, she has 5 people really quit this year. That is too much. If you there you are. Welcome. The charm. Yeah. Try. I don't know what the system kept rejecting my call. Yeah, it happens to me too, Elizabeth. Then I get out completely and come back. Well, I don't feel bad then. Yeah. It happened to me so many times. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with you when you said that we should be happy, healthy, and wealthy. But sometimes we work so much that we forget about our happiness and our health. Yeah. And we just want the wealth. And by the time we accumulate the wealth, then we don't have enough to secure the health. Exactly. That's what's happening. You are so occupied making money, you forget about yourself, and then you develop. See, this is why I said, find happiness in your work. Then find happiness in your work. Whatever find happiness where your mind and your body is well. Yeah. Even though you don't have to be a millionaire to be happy and your body be working. But everybody is fed that garbage. Everybody say, "Oh, you should make this much money." That's what. Yeah. I have a healthy body, a healthy mind, than being a millionaire. Yeah, definitely, because a lot of people think when I get the money, I will get all the things, then I'll be happy. No, you don't need all that. All you need is yourself. So. Correct. We do not need anything to be happy. Yeah. And believe me, I am to the point that I think I'm becoming a minimalist. Yeah. That I don't want anything. Yeah. At the end, I want to die as an empty vessel with a full heart of joy and passion and very enjoyment. Good. Yeah. That I did the best that I could. I helped the people that I could help. And I don't have anything left. Yeah. I'm taking everything with me because you only take what you have inside you. Exactly. That's an important point, Elizabeth, what you made. Everything. See, even the simple joys we have, actually they are a reflection of our inner happiness. Exactly. And the material things can stay, they come and go. Yeah. I mean, you can buy a new car, you can buy a new house whenever you set your mind to do that. Yeah. But that is not going to make you happy. No. Happiness inside. That is the major thing that we may say is we think outside, if I can buy these things, if I accumulate these things, those kind of things. But then people are brainwashed, basically. Because we live in that kind of society, that they push us to buy and accumulate, but that is adding more stress to our brain. Can I say something Buddhist that appealed to me? It said, "Sarvam dukkham dukkham." Everything is suffering, suffering. They said, "Sarvam khanikam khanikam." Temporary, temporary. Sarvam shunyam shunyam. Empty, empty. So you are clutching something that is temporary, that is empty, and that's why you suffer. Exactly. I totally agree with you. Yeah. I could not say it better. You are very, very good at explaining those simple things in life that can make us happy. Yeah, everything is simple, really. If we look at it that way, it's easier for us. We complicate things, you can't remember. Yes,
Yes. We need to keep our life as simple as possible, and the simple it is, the happier you will be, right? Exactly. You know what? That's what I'm learning at this stage in my life. Yeah. No, ancients, Elizabeth, what they said was live simply outward, but live richly inside. Yes. I totally agree. Yeah. I totally agree. And I have to say that every day to myself. Yeah. I am already rich inside me. I have what I need to be happy. Yeah. All I need to do is keep working to heal my body. Forgive myself for the past mistakes that I have done. Yeah. And keep on working, keep on moving. Yeah. And that's what encouraged me to keep on moving every day. Yeah. And it's working. It's working so far. So I am very excited and happy to share with all of you my progress. Yeah. And wonderful. But you know what I say? Move the body and keep the mind silent. Exactly. And you will be very happy. Yeah. That's very exactly. Happy because you don't have any worries in your mind. There's nothing in your mind to worry about. Exactly. So your body is going to start healing slowly within. Yeah. Inside. So that's a very good, I think Mabel wants to come second time. Come back, Mabel. I suppose if you want to come back, you can come back again, no problem. Yeah, Mabel. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say, I agree with the rest of it. Yeah. Oh my God. I remember when 6 years ago. Yeah. When I was in postpartum depression. So I had a postpartum depression. So one reason I heal, not because of what me. I heal because I create this foundation that in the Philippines. Yeah. So every time I have an activity in the mountain area. Yeah. With the kids. And then the coordinator sending me a picture with the kids smiling. Yeah. I become more happy. Yeah. Imagine that simple things like I said, like I told my team in the Philippines, like, oh, let's visit this area, like this school, and let's feed the kids, and let's do something different, things that they will remember. And every time that they will send me a beautiful picture of the smile of the kids, yes. I start healing, Dr. Rao. Yeah. That's the beautiful. That is the real wealth, Mabel. That is the real wealth. Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah. It's so powerful because I don't need a lot of money. I don't need a million money. Yeah. I remember this one, like, if you cannot feed 10 people, just feed one. Yeah. One of the yoga principles I put in my affirmation way back, I don't do the affirmation anymore because I don't need them. But the affirmation, one of them says, give with a smile like the sun. Not expecting anything in return. Sun gives all the time, right? Yes, it is very, very powerful. Until now, it's just like it is continue thing that I do, and then I just want to make sure that when I'm not here in the world, my son for generation to generation to continue because now I'm introducing it to my son. He is exposed about it. Like I can see, like, hey, Nicola, look at this kid, and then they're smiling, and then they will ask, "Who's that, mom?" And then, "Oh, this is the kid. One day you will meet them. It's just one day you." But you see, that is the real service, Mabel, what you are doing. There is an article I wrote. If you want to, you can go and read that. I think you like it. It's called "Giving is Getting." Yeah. I wrote it in LinkedIn. It is there. You can. Yeah. I think you totally agree because you are doing that. I'm not trying to teach anything. I'm just reinforcing it that. We see when you feel really rich inside, abundant inside, then you give. You are not giving to get something. Yeah, you are giving. Just the act of giving. Yeah. Yeah. Me, money is just like coming and go. Exactly. Once I give it. Exactly. Once I give it, then if you ask me how much I give, I don't know. even I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's already out.
Do you know why meditation is not working as much as you should in United States and other Western countries? Because they don't have what's called detachment from things. They want to use this spiritual knowledge and grow, but then to make their material life better. But not developing the detachment for these simple pleasures at the gaining of the inner richness. So once you have that, that's called vairagya in Sanskrit. That means these are all temporary. These will go, and see, like in the beginning, we may see a lot of movies, but later on, we don't want to see movies because it's already gone. Yeah. Right? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The same thing with it's like a law of diminishing returns. The more you do the pleasurable things, they will go away. The same thing about accumulations and all that. Why you cannot really meditate and get the silence and stillness is because you're too attached to material things. That's true. That's true. That's why, you know what? I'm just a minimalist person. Yes. Come back, Mabel. You're going to go out. Come back. You have a lot to say about that minimalist, I'm sure. Yeah, go ahead. So for saying that minimalist in my own interpretation, it's just like I'm content with what I have. Yeah. I'm content with what I have. Yeah. I'm happy what I have, either small or big, but I just love it. I enjoy it and appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. Because you see, I talked to you about Bhutan. I don't know you heard me on that. They have what's called happiness index, gross happiness index, and now they are measuring in all countries. United States came as 29th this time, right? But Bhutan was very high on that because they always wanted to have the gross happy index of their population. It's a kingdom, right? And then they did not allow the internet for a while, for a long time. And they compared, right, that's right. Yeah, they compared the numbers of before and after internet. Happiness index has gone down after the internet has come into their country. Before they were content with whatever they have only one dress code and that's it. That's true. You know what? It's so powerful because if you keep doing the simple things and you appreciate simple things, it's just like you get a big one. It's just like nothing, Yeah, you appreciate it, but you keep going back to the normal one. Yeah. You keep going back to the normal because that's what makes you happy. One of the big things in ancient wisdom is desirelessness. Okay. And that's a big deal for the human qualities because we are, allowed to see, worship the desire and get all those things and all that. But when they are not there, you are very contented with yourself. Yeah, that makes sense. I remember my grandma told me like this word. She told me that in Tagalog word, but in interpretation of English. If you don't have enough things, if you don't have enough things to get, just start a small one that you can afford. Yeah. That's it. It's just something like that. It's just like, oh my God, it's so powerful that until now I use it and then I try for it and then that's why this is me. I'm just like, see, when the culture promotes Mabel, that you should have this much, otherwise you are not happy, and also comparing with the Jones, those guys have better cars than me. That is where the desire is born and then leads to problems and it takes you away from that contentment you already have within you. Right? Yeah. Yeah. In a way, we are spoiling the earth also because we do all this stuff and then dump it and then pollute and everything. That's why minimalist is such an important quality now. Yeah, that's right.
one thing, this is what I give you one example. My husband, every time that is so very, they give you things. Like for me, I'm a different, I think differently. Yeah. And then he was said, like, if you want that bag, just buy it. Like I was said, like, I don't think I need it because I have a bag that creates exactly that's stuck in the closet and then I'm not using it. It's just everything at home. It's just like it's there. Yeah. That's the important thing. Needs, wants, and the luxuries. Yeah. That's yeah. Need and if you can stay with the needs, that's good enough. But if you want wants and the luxuries, then see, actually, if you want to help the Mother Earth now, Marvel, it is, I think, my responsibility to be minimalist. Yeah, it is. It's very true. Yeah. Because if you're minimalist, forget that. If you're minimalist, you don't spend a lot of your energy to do things. Like that's true. That you're exhausted. That's true. People have boats in this town because we are the river town, right? And that's just such a big headache for them. They have to maintain, they have to clean, they have to take to the river, come back. They complain to me, so much work, Dr. Rao. We don't want to have this after a while. For me, it's just like I just like coffee and easy. One of the two steps in the beginning of the yoga is one is called yamas, which is like a non-violence, telling the truth. All those things are for the society. You got to do it. You got to be non-violent. You got to be not stealing. You got to be telling the truth. You got to be maintaining your celibacy, and also you don't want to hold things. Right? Those five values are the ones you do for the society. For yourself, one of them is that saucha santosha. Saucha means cleanliness, both inside and outside, desirelessness and all. Santosha is the contentment. And if you have contentment, then you can practice the inward yoga. And that's why there are other things, saucha, santosha, swadhyaya, that means self-study, and then Ishwar Pranidhana, just you devotee to some god or something. And then tapas, that is the practice. These five are the things that we do ourselves. We keep ourselves clean, we keep ourselves contented, we practice, we also study ourselves in the practice, and we have a deity or something that you have, that you can a personal god, those kind of things. That is all. You can keep it or not. It's up to you, your God. But then these are required steps. They are called principles that you keep yourself in those principles. But for the society, you do the first five principles. Like 10 commandments, After you do that, then you come into your posture, your breathing, your sense withdrawal, and then focus on the mind and get the silence in the mind. That is the Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali. Okay. I will talk about Patanjali Yoga one of these days, so that you guys have a real idea about it. I was talking to Peter about it, but I don't know, he did not show up this Friday. But later on, maybe he will show up. So I'm going to talk about it. Oh, by the way, I'm going to talk about some questions. Katie, I think she wanted to talk about Ayurveda. I think we fixed it for Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. So I'm going to give my insights into what I understood and how it is relevant for the modern life, how we can use it very effectively to really not be stressed out. So basically this, what is agreeable to you, you want to eat, right? What is agreeable to you, you want to do. So you want to keep yourself in the balance. And that is Ayurveda about. So they use food as medicine, and also really change some things in your lifestyle. So it's kind of very natural and practical if you really understand that. Okay, so look for the talk on, I think, Katie,
Okay. Cecilia is coming. One of my favorites. So let's see what she says. Let's see. Hi, Cis. How are you?
Doing great. How about you?
I am great. Can you see? I'm great.
I like what you and Mabel were talking about the minimalistic kind of thing. I live that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
And thinking about the disappointment too. I don't know somebody mentioned about disappointment, and I was thinking like I have really freed myself from that. Like there's nothing about that I'd ever be disappointed about. Like I'm just understanding the flow and to go with it.
Yeah.
Not resist anything. So what can I be disappointed about when these things are coming and something I thought it should work out this way, but it doesn't. And I'm like, hey, just go with it. Like I understand.
You remember?
It's such an easier way to live.
Cecilia, we talked about mudita one time.
Oh, yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
That is what you are getting. See, you are delighting in other people's achievements and all that, right? That's a major part of really delighting in other people's victories and celebrations. That is a inner joy. Nobody can rob this from you.
Yes.
Then
I'm so grateful to be in that.
Yeah, you're contented within. Why do you have to claim for the things? That's what's happening to you.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. I think what joy, to not think, and I do because I like to test myself.
Yeah.
I do. Like, well, if this happened, would I be upset? Or
Yeah.
like, no.
That is what we call the swadhyaya, self-study. In life, you look at the mirror of life, how your mind and your behavior had been, and you learn from that.
Yeah.
That you are doing that.
Yes.
That's one of the principles
Yeah.
of yoga. Yeah. Other thing is the servant leadership is where you look for the needs of others. Because you are contented, you are abundant within, and you can look for the needs of others.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking about when you were talking about welcome to Elizabeth.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with money, right?
Yes, nothing. But then everybody is spoiling everybody's minds by making that everything.
Right. Yeah, absolutely nothing to do with the money. And
yeah.
I'm great because I am at that place of like, what can I do? I'm walking around looking for things to do for people.
Exactly. No, that is what happens once you taste the taste of giving, and then really feel the joy of it. That is the mudita quality. Then you won't leave it.
Yeah, why? Why would you want to?
Probably you are hooked to your show. I think you can't be without it. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? Yeah.
Because I remember suffering. I remember thinking like, or being so upset because I thought, something should be this way and it wasn't. Or even being worried about, let's say I was working a job, and I'd be so worried about getting fired as if it was the only opportunity in the world, I remember being in those places of like such scarcity and fear. It's
a limited belief we cultivate. Once you get rid of them, you will be very much. Actually, other thing is the way we go about this thing, measuring up to other people, building the worries and all that. Lot of doctors I've seen, Cecilia, made millions of dollars, but they find their life not worth living, meaningless, and all that. Whereas they have in their hands serving other human beings.
Absolutely.
For me, it's an immense joy to go and take care of my patients.
Right. I was going to tell you too that my morning routine is getting stronger and stronger. I don't join you because I was telling you I joined Mount Desai ever since the pandemic. But I've been doing yoga in the morning 3 times this week, which is good because I just joined again doing the Art of Living yoga in Korea in the morning. I've been doing Sadhguru's Isha Kriya for 22 days in a row now. And of course, like I said, panache. So yeah, my morning routine just getting stronger. And
come back, Cecilia. Come back. I want to tell something about that. Okay? Yeah. What I want to say is, I don't want to pull them down or anything. Anybody, right? Even me also. And any of these teachers, they have to lead you so that you can do it on your own. Yes. So what I'm saying is, take all those practices and implement them during the daily routine. Yes. For example, if you understand the three qualities of energy we talk about, tamas is a lazy energy, and rajas is a dynamic energy, and then in between is a sattvic, right? So my mind is balanced from that. So during that work day, if you are doing work or something, notice where the body is stiffening, where the tension is building, and release that right there. Yeah. Then actually, I'm glad that you said that. This evening, I actually did. There's a thing on the app too that you do it at like 6 p.m. Yeah. You know, I'm walking all day long. Like I don't sit around for. I mean, I'm getting like 20,000 steps plus like daily. But today, you know, instead of sitting down for the meditation, I walked and did the meditation. Yeah, walking meditation, you can do that. That's what I'm saying. See, the exercise you can incorporate in daily life, and also watch your mind and thoughts, and then create the gap between the thoughts. Catch that. And that becomes your meditative awareness down the line. See, like I don't have to sit down and meditate, but I'm always in that meditative awareness. Right. So that means I enjoy the silence and stillness very much. Right. And you know, there's something that I was going to ask you because, you know, I said I've been doing the Isha Kriya, and the meditation is, you know, I am not this body, I am not even this mind, right? Now, I still, and I don't know if or when or what, but like, I still feel like the body. Yeah. And I understand that I'm not, right? I know this is a vehicle. Yeah. But I still feel like it, you know? Yeah, it is like, I think, the very honest statement about that, you know? But basically, what it is, once you identify that eternity within you, then this becomes very easy for you to understand that. But the way it told it like this: is the body inert or aware? It is. Sorry, is the body itself, is that aware or inert? Is it aware or what? Inert. I-N-E-R-T. Inert. That's like inert. Okay. By itself, it doesn't have the body. It's not. Yeah. And I know because I've seen people have, you know, make their transitions die. You know. The other question is the body kind of changing or not changing? Changing, yeah. So, and if you answer those two questions, there are other questions, but if you answer those two questions, what is not changing is your inner awareness. What is not inert but really awakened is your awareness. If you don't have that, you can't even feel the body or anything. This is a big question in the consciousness sciences that are going on right now between the physics and quantum physics and all that. What it is what is the hard problem of consciousness is, now with the physics, we reduce all the cells and everything to, whatever reduction we can do. And finally, we said, this is an inert body that is inspired by consciousness. How without the consciousness is getting, by brain itself is getting awareness, that is a hard problem to solve in consciousness for the modern science, right? That work is going on, but we all feel that human beings were aware, alert, and really awakened. Okay. So if you identify with the body, that is our tool, or the thoughts, that is also our tool, then you are limiting yourself to the limited thing. changing thing, not really alert. But when you really end up in your real self, that self can use these tools very effectively.
I also wanted to add this because I have been thinking about this a lot, especially in the past. Like I said, I'm doing this consistently, and it's because I want to understand better, and but so there are times where.
Come back to Cecilia. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Back up. And so there are times that I would be standing having a conversation with someone, and I can be like aware of like seeing us, not me physically from my body, right? From outside, my awareness from outside my body, watching this happen, right? This interaction happen. And I think it's so because I think I'm like going crazy or something.
No, not that. Okay, see, you don't want to judge people.
Panic.
Yeah, you don't want to judge people. You don't want to taking opinion and all that, So
no, of myself.
Yeah, yourself also, because you are aware of that, not this judging mind. That's why you feel that. See, you are not the mind at the time. You are more like aware of yourself. You see, that's very important too, because you don't want to get caught up in your own conclusions, opinions, judgments. And that is the mind. So there's a good thing that you are not doing that. That's why you can feel yourself to be outside of that. But then in this one, very simple thing is body, mind, if they take their identity and then you give them the identity like I am this and all that, you are limiting yourself to that.
Right.
But you have those as the tools, but you are not just that. You are much more that is behind them.
Right.
That is the eternal thing. Once you identify that, other thing is, once you land up in that area, your mind stops chattering like that. That's a blessing. See, I don't spend my time in the chatter at all because I'm either talking to you or I'm still.
Right.
And that is very possible. It's not that we are special or anything. It's just understanding what is real meditation is, what is not. Many of the meditations, what is happening now is they project the thought and think the thought is the meditation. And then they want to suppress them, and then it comes up again. Like a vacuum, you just put it down, and the other thought project. So really understand to transcend that thought mechanism is real meditation. That is being in awareness. It's a blessing, really. It's not like a supernatural power or anything. It's a blessing because you don't have this botheration of chatter. But you got to think really intentionally, consciously. Once you realize you are that pure awareness, that is around everybody and everything. We miss that. We get trapped in this matrix of thought. See, you can think. What is not bad to think, but it is bad to allow it automatically and then let it build its own network and get caught in that.
Sure.
So, for example, you are there, I am there. Okay, I will show you how the thinking brain works, how the awareness works. Okay, if I look at Cecilia, immediately say, identify you, identify with your show, but I miss you as a person. Cecilia Grace is doing kudos and she's encouraging a lot of people and all that. But how you are feeling, how you are having any, real enjoyment, this mudita we talked about, all that, I miss it if I only focus on the routine things that are happening.
Right.
Then I will miss the person of Cecilia completely if I only remember the name and the role and all that. Like that, body has a role, mind has a role, but don't identify with them and miss the essence of it. That's why there is a mantra for this. Deham Naham. Deham means body. Both body and mind, they are combined body-mind complex. That is not me. Naham means I'm not. That means not that you don't own them, but they are not only that you are. See, you can identify the limitation of that. There are tools. For example, you have a desk, that is your desk, doesn't mean you identify with the desk like that, right? And then Koham Soham. Koham means then who am I? Soham means I am the part of that universal awareness.
Big stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but once you are there, then you will really have this mental quietude, serenity, and also because you don't have any separation from the other people and all that, you are really in love. There's, yeah, there's no judgmental thing. There is no discriminating thing. There is no separative thing.
Yes, and I don't feel like I struggle or anything with it. I think I'm just trying to just understand more.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And just like I said, I want to be very consistent because I do want to.
Yeah.
Grow and really, I don't know, I guess feel and understand.
Can I give you a perspective about this growth and all that? And that will probably see, you don't need growth if you only see that you are that power behind the body and mind.
Right.
That's not something you get it growth, but something that you have it and you get it because you identified with it now.
Right.
Before, say, body, you want to grow, you want to make it strong, and all that's so fine. Mind, you want to organize your thoughts, you want to become more memory, and all that's fine. But then, your real essence as the being in your human being, that is already complete and fulfilled, complete. Yeah. And then if you don't identify that, then you're already identifying non-fulfilled things. There is a Sanskrit saying about this. Praptasya prapti, nivrittasya nivritti. What does it mean is, what you are, that inner being, you get it because you identified, you realized it. It's already there. There is no growth that gets you. You have to just realize it, And then you will lose what you are not. You will lose the body-mind identification because you are not that. It's actually simple, very simple, but we kind of get caught up in our mind thinking that, all the things. Yeah, I have been telling people it's not growth thing. It's a question of identifying what we really are. So there's nothing to grow there. There's already there. Actually, it's called Purna in Sanskrit. That means complete, fulfilled. From that complete fulfillment, that is you can call God, you can call force or whatever, we have been created. That's why we are part of that Purna. That means fulfilled completely. So because we allow our mind to grow and we identify with it, we kind of moved out of it. And once you really understand and transcend that, then mind is there, but it won't be the separative force that it has been.
Yeah.
So it's a very important thing to realize that. Yeah, you understand. But many people understand this, but few realize it.
Yes, there you go. That's what I'm working on, the realization.
The realization comes once you quiet your mind.
Okay. Yes, good. And I think on a regular basis, I'm pretty good with this.
Good.
But this, I think this is something that I feel like I want to grow my spiritual practices, right? The realization or whatever. Now I think just letting it go.
More than growing, do the spiritual all the time. You don't have to grow the practice. Like, for example, you feel really good about being with people, sharing with people, and also not needing things to fulfill you. That one, make it continuous. You want to maintain the body, grow into the practice, that's fine. You want to maintain your body, mind silent, you want to grow in the practice, that's fine. But your real self, you don't need to grow at all. And once you are there, that is a complete thing, and then you don't need any growth in that. But you want to be established in that. That's the difficulty, because you have grown two elephants. One is the body, and there is the mind. They have their own habit, their own strength. They won't listen to you unless you retrain them. Right. That's why you do the retraining of the body, retraining of the mind, but established in your real self. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Rao, for spending the time with me. Sure. And, sure. It's so great to be able to. I'm so happy to share this with you, Cecilia. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Grateful. Yeah. Have a good night. You too. I'll continue listening. Yeah. So that's very good discussion, Cecilia got, so that's the thing. Deham, naham, koham, soham. I'm not just this body-mind complex, they are my tools. Then who am I? I am this pure awareness that is in me and is around everybody else. Without the awareness, there is no life for us. Very glad that I talked to you guys with this. And anybody else wants to come up? See, one of the modern problems that is also related to our technology and informatics or artificial intelligence, they are focusing so much about the chattering mind getting more chattering. So watch that. Use the technology as a tool and don't be addicted to that. That's a big deal for a lot of people, because they are opening the devices in the morning and they are going to sleep with the devices in their hand. Versus, don't open the devices in the morning. Take some time to establish yourself in the presence, and then intentionally open the email and do what you want to do. Intentionally avoid all these unnecessary notifications. So don't jump into all sorts of stories all day. Just manage them. That's the digital detox we talk about. And also, before you go to bed, don't go with the phone in there and never looking at stories and all. Put it away, at least 15, 30 minutes. So you put them to sleep before you go to sleep, and then you wake them up after you woken and taken your time. That's a important thing in this culture. You can use the technology, but use the technology for what it is. It is a tool. So it should have control by us, not them controlling us. Okay. With that, I'll take leave now, and I'll come back tomorrow morning with the morning routine. That's also designed to make you strong in your body, and mind is together in balance, and you can go and do work in flow. And also, you work with the heart of service. So these three areas, I kind of focus on that, and that's why I designed those. So just stretching and breathing will make body much stronger than before. And you do what you can do, even though I may do some asanas that you cannot do. Just try to do as much as. Suppose I'm bending forward and you cannot bend below waist. Just stay there. Allow the body to retrain slowly. Important thing is, whether I'm doing it or not, daily you do it. At least sometimes you may have the mode for 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Sometimes you may want to do only 10 minutes. That's fine. But every day do that. Okay, be kind to yourself too. Don't be too severe on that. Retraining means you are going to put a goalpost and achieve it, and then advance the goalpost and achieve it. That is the training, not straining. There should be no pain, no strain in yoga. Okay, it should be comfortable, consistent practice. Okay, for the body and the mind. But in your awareness, You don't need any practice. You just have to realize it, that you are that. Okay? It may take some time because you're completely taken over by the thought, by the conditioning, by the societal training and all that. So for that to come back, you really have to change the neural paths that you created within your mind. These we call samskaras, or you know, latencies and all that. So put the devices to bed before you go to bed, and take 15-30 minutes to unwind yourself, both body and mind, and then vacate the mind and go to sleep. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye bye.